John Lee here again down at Wings and Water. I've got Bella, my multiple breed dog, watching the stump burn, and so now I thought we'd do a little timber cutting. I've got a kind of quasi rough portable sawmill set up, which runs off a chainsaw. And I want to do a shameless plug here for Yeti. I mean, I've had the coolers for years. They're great coolers, and I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, but I just thought, the cup, they really knocked the ball out of the park with that one. I mean, this cup is just to hold ice down here in South Alabama in the middle of summer for hours on end. It's just, it's amazing. Don't know how it works, but it works. So, I mean, Yeti did great. And actually, I got this cup from Southeastern Pond Management, who manages my pond. And again, I'll give them a shameless plug as well. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. So those are all just my opinion on all of this. And then, so we're about to run a chainsaw, and two things back when I was at around 13 years old. First thing I heard was a hurricane called Frederick is about to hit us in Mobile, so there's no school today. And I just thought, what could be more exciting about that? And of course, it hit and devastated the coast. And the next thing I heard, of course, parents today would go to jail. I'm sure would be locked up for the things we got to do as kids. We had yard darts. I mean, what could you have more dangerous than a yard dart? But, John, you get to run a chainsaw. I mean, my gosh, what just the level of excitement. I mean, what young man would not want to be able to run a chainsaw? And of course, back then we didn't have the safety equipment we have today. I mean, I have right here some Kevlar gloves. Of course, I'm going to wear hearing protectors. We didn't have any of that. We didn't even shoot with hearing protection. That's probably why I can barely hear a rock concert today. But also we have these fancy, and I don't know how well you can see them, but we have these fancy Kevlar reinforced safety chaps. And matter of fact, I really like these. Thinking about possibly even wearing them down to the local Walmart and just my boxers to see if anybody says anything, or I can make the Walmart videos gone bad that you see on the internet. I don't know. That was a side, and I digress. But anyway, so I've set up everything over here. Of course, I've got a leveling slab here to make my initial cut flat, and the wind today is a factor, so if it's too bad on the video, we'll just overlay it with some AC/DC Thunderstruck or something like that. Boy, I'm really telling my age, aren't I? But anyway, so I've got that and ready to make that first initial cut, which of course you want to make it as level as possible. So the tool here I've basically leveled up and secured. So we're gonna see if we can't get started here. I got to put down my cup. Maybe I'll get another sip. I've got Kool-Aid in here, and I mean, Kool-Aid is really good stuff. So I will see if I can't get this steel 461. By the way, I'm pretty proud of that because it's an absolute beast. Cranked here, and of course this is unedited, so Lord knows how this is going to come together. I tell you, typically something happens in my world that just doesn't seem to ever go right. So there's always, trust me, that everything I do, there's a intent to do well, and then